Hi everyone, I'm Dan from Reichman University at Herzliya, Israel. I am the CTO of the Advanced Reality Lab at the university, led by Professor Doron Friedman and Dr. Jonathan Giron. Today I'll be presenting Inceptor, open source tool for automated creation of 3D social scenarios. So what is Inceptor? Well, Inceptor is a tool, open source tool that aims to create 3D social scenarios with zero code. The idea is to use text to 3D environment pipeline, assisted by GPT-3, to find corresponding 3D assets from the Rocketbox library and eventually compose an entire social scene involving avatars and animation and lip sync and audio to create a fully automated conversation or semi-automated conversation between two avatars or more. Inceptor is built into two major components. The text parser to JSON with the scene information, which is basically a Python notebook that knows how to take texts and turn it into something our Unity add-on can read, and a Unity add-on that parses the JSON file into a 3D Unity scene. So let's see a small example. This is a small script I wrote 2 days ago. It describes Alice and Bob. It's a description of two avatars and a very small conversation between two of them. And after feeding this into Inceptor, this is what I got. So let's see what Inceptor created.
Bob, you have to work on this Friday.
Again? Why can't Brian do it?
I don't trust Brian with this. Why are you complaining?
You overwork me. I quit.
It is important to note that the environment itself, the Office 3D model, is provided by me and manually and not part of Inceptor, at least yet. But the avatars themselves, the animation, the timing, the pacing, and the choice of animation and
Bob,
plus
you have
the
to work
audio
on this
lip
Friday.
sync was all created by Inceptor.
Again? Why can't Brian do it?
I don't trust Brian with this. Why are you complaining?
You overwork me. I quit.
So how exactly does it work? Like I said, it's built into two parts. The first part is the asset matching. All the 3D assets from the Rocketbox library were transcribed into some kind of textual description. You can see an example right here. Using GPT-3 word embedding, we are matching the behavior description of the character into the closest fitting 3D asset. Because sometimes there is not a 100% match for the animation you want and the animation provided, you can always change manually the animation that was chosen by GPT-3 and Inceptor using Unity. We'll see in a few seconds. So for example, we had Alice shocked and Bob is yelling. So Inceptor chose for the shocked behavior, it should find shrug. And for the yelling animation, he chose the talk angry animation, which is quite fitting. After we have this parsed textual script, we have the Unity assemble part. Using the Inceptor wizard, which is an add-on that you can install into Unity and is of course open sourced, it assembles the scene according to the chosen 3D assets that Inceptor chose. The AI choices are presented and you're provided a tool to choose if you want to replace them. You can choose to replace the avatars, you can choose to replace the sound of the voices that is generated by Google Text-to-Speech service, and you can of course change the animations. So how does it look like? It's a small add-on that you just click on the main menu. And there's a small wizard that shows you all the information and enables you to choose. So what is Inceptor used for? In the lab, we have a lot of students from communication school or psychology school or human-computer interaction that want to conduct new social experiments but lack the expertise to create Unity scenes. Although we do teach them Unity tools, without coding it is very hard to achieve very good results. Therefore, we developed a lot of tools and scripts that allows them to create much faster social scenarios. Inceptor is an evolvement of a lot of scripts and know-hows we had in the lab involved with AI and results in very fast creation of social experiments using, of course, Unity and VR environments. We also found out that Inceptor is very easy to use as a boilerplate, meaning to start a social experience interaction scenario from it, and from there to evolve on building more complex things, maybe sometimes involving code. And of course, we also see it as a platform to add more and more AI abilities to 3D scene creation. Right now, it is easy to do word embedding matching within assets, but we believe in the next few years we'll be able to add maybe 3D asset creation and maybe even 3D asset composing. And since Inceptor should be evolving with the emerging AI tools, we want it to be an open source project that we are able to embed more and more abilities and add-ons into it. So right now Inceptor is still in alpha stage. Well, it is working, and what you saw before was generated by Inceptor. We still have a lot of bugs, and we're still trying to figure out what is the best way also to package it and open source it. We are going to start distributing it in the HCI MA program and the BA students in the communication school for user study to see how do they interact with Inceptor, how easy, how hard is it to use it, and how often the AI chooses the correct animation, or does the user find a reason to correct it. And it is planned to be released as beta open source in May, June, which means in 1 or 2 months. If you are very interested to join the alpha and the development process, please don't hesitate to contact me, and we'll be happy to have more help. Thank you very much.